All right, welcome back. We're talking about the Steelers' run game, which again was fantastic today. They carry the offense. So the offensive line has been terrific too. Broderick Jones looks like a natural at right tackle, especially when they pull him, put him into motion. He and Sam Allo have been outstanding. But Will, I want to start with you on this one, and that would be the division of labor at running back. So far, it seems like it's 50-50. Is that how it should be? It looks like it's beneficial to both.
It's telling today that they introduced both of them as starters. They, maybe this was to punish George Pickens for being a reality TV star or whatever Mike T wants to call it. It's been gradually trending Jalen's direction for a while, but I think it's kind of hard to complain when you got, 183 yards, 216 total yards?
Yeah, lots.
Between them, it's kind of hard to complain about the touches, and especially the thing that's sort of refreshing, unlike the wide receivers, like they seem to be sort of happy for each other. Like they seem to be like okay.
Raised eyebrow over there in the middle. Raised eyebrow. I saw that.
At least publicly.
He gave a rock.
At least publicly, when we're around. So I mean, it's kind of hard to argue about the productivity, especially when the egos seem to have been checked at the door.
Well, if Jalen goes 110 and Najee goes 25, let's see how supportive he is of him. But, I've been on this bandwagon for a while now. I like 60-40. I like how they've been using these guys. I still go 60% Najee, 40% Jalen, depending on how the outcome of the game, how it starts to go here. I mean, the only difference between the two right now is Jalen's able to pop some bigger runs to make those numbers go up. But if you go 64, isn't that what we've been clamoring for like years and years? And now it's here, and I'm like, wait a second, he's not getting enough. It's working great. And you said before, Sam Allo is struggle maybe early. A stud now. Broderick Jones is a stud, makes everybody else better. I mean, they found something out.
That's the key. We talk about how you split the carries for these two guys. The offensive line is the key here. It's an absolute travesty that Broderick Jones didn't start right out of the gate. I mean, you can see the difference in the run game when they run to his side or when he gets out in front and pulls. I mean, it looks like a classic Steelers run game. It's none of this zone stretch crap to the sidelines that used to work with Le'Veon Bell where you'd pitter-patter and then go. This is linemen get out, they create a hole, and the running backs hit it. It's why Jaylen Warren runs so well behind them, because he is a hit-the-hole-and-go kind of guy. And so whether it's 50-50 like it was today, 60-40, it can go 60-40 either way for all I care. To be honest, if it's as productive as it was today because that offensive line blocks the way they did today, I'm fine with it.
So you're saying it's not a wildcat? Oh, by the way, that Syracuse running back just ran for 10 more yards.
I mean, the tight end. The tight end.
My fault. We're talking about something different.
How about that? That was just amazing. We'll get into that a little bit later, but I want to talk about the Steeler defense now, too, because give them a lot of credit, man. We talk about fourth quarter. Kenny, how about fourth quarter Steelers defense? They don't give up many points. They do give up yards, and that still is something that has to be rectified. And, Will, today there were 5 of these passes over 35 yards, and it didn't look good when it was happening. If that continues, they're going to have problems shutting down games eventually. It's fine to make big plays, and they made 2 turnovers late in the game, too. That's helpful, but is it just, I'll use the same word, sustainable to keep giving up all these yards?
No, because eventually, and we're going to see this in the next couple of weeks, they're going to play teams that are a little more capable offensively of hurting them. And I think that's part of the thing. They're doing good in the red zone. They're not great in between the 20s, but they gave up that big run to Dillon, and then they kind of held him in check after that. Like the big play at the end of the game. I mean, you shouldn't be getting 49 yards on one pass with a minute to go and no timeouts. Like that can't happen. However, it's like people want us to kill this team because they look so unimpressive. But my God, when you look at the standings, it's like what can you do? So I do think they're going to be tested without
Bills.
They're going to be tested without, Holcomb's out, Alexander's out. I mean, that's going to be tough. Stopping the run, especially next week. Hopefully Stefanski, doesn't have the lobotomy that he gets when he comes into this stadium. I would imagine they will run the ball more. But the tests get tougher, but they are good enough.
The inside linebacker thing is a big issue that needs to be cut, because those are the 2 better inside off-ball linebackers in coverage, too, Holcomb and Alexander. And now they're left with Roberts and Robinson. And how many times have we seen a slot receiver? You talk about the 2020 season, Mark, a couple minutes ago. The 2020 wildcard game still reverberates in my head. Jarvis Landry running all over the Heinz Field turf because they kept trying to cover him with an inside linebacker. Roberts and Robinson, love them both in the run game, especially Landon Roberts. He's a dog in the run game. These guys can't run all over the field and cover. And so that's going to be a big issue going forward.
Today, right? A couple of plays over the middle to Musgrave, one of them, and Wicks
Keon
another.
O'Neal maybe move down into that role. that Mark Barron role where they got the hybrid linebacker, the dime linebacker type of situation. But we're missing something huge here. That guy who's an all-pro, number 39, makes a big difference when he's not in there. And you think about that, at times they had Tristan Thompson. Is that who was Trenton, Tristan, whatever.
He hits from long range. He's got a great three-point shot. He does, Tristan Thompson.
And, that's a little bit, I mean, Joey Porter's playing well, Patrick Peterson playing well, but and another thing is, Cam Hayward is probably not anywhere near 100% right now. He just doesn't look like he has that. That's expected. So you get some of these guys back. I know you're not getting the inside guys back. Yeah. I know Graves wants to bring back Marcus Allen to be inside linebacker, but
that's an Adamski thing.
Well, bottom line is they got to figure out what to do there, and I wouldn't be surprised if they go out and find someone. They have someone. Well, I'm just saying, a body. You just said.
You can't make a trade. Got a guy off the street. Maybe
if a guy's off the street, there's a reason why he's on the street.
Yeah,
well, look, there's some practice squad guys around the league you could pluck off. I mean, it just depends on what you're trying to do.
Maybe
take
Herbig inside.
Maybe I was just going to say, take somebody on the roster.
We talked about that today. Is that viable?
I asked Austin about that, and he poo-pooed that like crazy on Thursday. Like, he's an outside guy. I'm like, yeah, what about everybody gets hurt? And 3 of them got hurt since then.
But they're moving guys around. I mean, you saw TJ in the middle of the field a couple of times today in pass coverage, right? So I mean, like they can try to disguise it, but I mean, it's not if they're going to give the ball to hit the ball up 45 times next week.
But anything that takes TJ and Highsmith away from pinning their ears back and going after the quarterback, again, reduces the number of turnovers you're causing and the amount of headaches you're causing for the opposing quarterbacks, which especially against Burrow and Watson.
Wow, those guys were somewhat neutralized today by Green Bay as they were against the Houston Texans. When we come back, we're going to talk about what lies ahead. 2 very big games. In fact, it's a big week in the AFC North. That's next, right here on the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown.